I dyed my hair. Now I have to retwist it. I have to go to work soon, so we're against time. 3, I TMI. And I feel like this happened the last time I had to start a story time. I can't remember. But first day of my period, long story short, irritated. Oh my gosh, and I always know when it's coming because I get very overstimulated and irritated the day before. And that's exactly what happened last night. I was irritated. But it's a new day. And I'm still a little irritated just because I don't feel well. And now I have to go to work and I have to be happy. And I still had to do this, which is okay. I had to dye my hair regardless. Like, I had to do my hair. It was getting out of control. But anyway, today is going to be a story. So, wow, it can't be like this today. We can't do that today. We have to be able to talk. Okay, today's the story time. And today we are going to talk about a date that I was on. This date happened before the last story time. If you didn't see that one, please go check out that story time. I appreciate everyone that does message me and tell me that it was funny and that they loved it. But I don't want to say but. I appreciate it so much. But I would also like for you guys to not just DM me that or not just text me that, but also leave a comment down below and it will help me out and it will be greatly appreciated. And also please subscribe if you're new here. And if you're not new here, you already know what it is. I'm happy to see you. And we're gonna make this a long story short. So this story time is about a date that I went on that like I didn't even belong on. I got there by mistake. It was an accident. And I'm gonna tell you how. And also, this is why you don't make decisions while you're lit. As you guys know, I work in restaurant, and most of the time, you know, we build bonds, we talk. So they like to go out a lot together. So one night they asked me to come out, and I was like, I never go, so I'm just gonna go. And that was like the reason why me and my one coworker was like, we'll go because we never go, so let's just go this one time. So me and her have to close, so everyone else went and we're gonna meet them there. And me and her made like this pact where like we're gonna do one drink and then we're gonna go, because we didn't even feel like it. We were like, we have to stay here and close, like we'll have one drink and then we're out. So cool, we close, we get there, we're walking inside the bar and there's like 2 bouncers and I'm like, oh, like I was just surprised because it was a random bar in New Jersey. Like usually you don't get carded at the door. It's just like you come in and if you decide to ask for a drink, then maybe they'll card you depending on how it is there. Pulling out my ID, and I guess from me looking like kind of like, okay, because I was just not expecting it. Okay, editing Cortland here. Sorry in advance. I'm going to be popping in here and there because when I was trying to do my hair, I was just all over the place clearly when I'm seeing that as I'm editing. So what I'm trying to say here and what I need to make clear is that I was caught off guard that they're carding us as we're walking into the bar. And when me and my coworker walk into the bar, there is 2 bouncers, one standing up and one is sitting down. And when I'm like caught off guard, like you're going to card us? The one standing up says something to me. I don't remember what, but he said something to me. So I acknowledge him and I'm just like, oh, and I go to give him my card. That's where I'm getting at. And I felt like I was going to give my card to him because she gave her card to the guy sitting down and this guy standing up that I'm talking to. And I'm like about to give my card to him. And he was just like, no, him. And I'm like, oh, so he didn't even work here. The guy sitting down is the only bouncer. So I'm like, oh. And he was like, well, how old are you? The guy standing up. And I was like, guess. Trying to be a little flirty, this is the cringy part on me. Like I'm gonna cringe this whole story time because the fact that I even gave you the time of day, not saying like how someone looks or anything like that, it's just like everything that came about. To me, it's just like it was a waste of time and I never would have put myself like with someone like that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the person that's standing up, we're gonna name him, that's not a bouncer, we're gonna name him Drew. So I didn't know that Drew didn't work there until he was like, oh, no, him. And I was just like, oh. And actually I didn't know that at the time. So anyway, let me stop getting ahead of myself. Me and my coworker go to meet my other coworkers at the bar. We're having a good time. Drew comes over to me and my coworkers and he asked me like what I was drinking on. And I was just like, oh, we just got a shot of Jameson, and every time I tell that to someone that I drink Jameson, usually a guy, they're like, oh, that's a guy drink. Oh, your chest must be burning. But no, it's just like, to me, it gets the job done. I don't have to have too many of them. It's just like a nice shot, and it's smooth, and it's, ew, sorry. The water is just dripping on me. But it's just smooth, and it's easy. I like it. I like whiskey. You know when everyone's drunk and then it's like someone's talking to you, but they don't know if you want to talk to them, so they're just like, oh, haha, like trying to get in the conversation so you can have an exit if you want to. I feel like it was kind of like that. So, but then also I was just trying to be there, like, we were all trying to go out to have a good time. So it's like I didn't come to like look for someone to talk to. I came here to hang out with them. So I'm like still trying to engage in conversation as he's like trying to ask me what I'm drinking. So anyway, he like walks away. I guess he reads the room, and then he comes back. He doesn't come back. The rest of my coworkers decide that they're gonna go out to smoke. So I go outside with them because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come outside. I'm gonna come. So then they go outside to smoke, and Drew like pops up outside. And for me, it's awkward because I don't know about you guys, like even though I'm still myself at work, at work, it's like I'm still like a work Cortland though. Like I'm not just letting my hair down and being free. Like I'm still in some type of way, I know that I'm at work. And so it's like I'm not I don't want to say what I'm thinking. But basically, we all know that me and people like me, we have to code switch at times. Like, there's just certain things that we don't speak about. There's certain things that we don't say. There's certain ways that we don't speak when we're at work. And even though I went out with my coworkers and we were outside of work, I still felt that way. Still felt that way. And then also, I also felt that way because this was months back when I kind of first met everybody, so I didn't know them as well as I know them now. Let me put that out there as well. And also, me being a Virgo, I don't like people all in my business. Like you can tell me all your business and all that, but I don't tell everyone all of my business. Period. When we're outside and Drew comes outside, he comes outside to like smoke too. Like he just walks up to the little like, what do you call that? Like not cycle, the little cipher we have. He like just walks up and like starts talking to me, and it's just awkward for me because I was talking to my coworkers, and it's not like these are my friends, and I'd just be like, oh yeah, hey girl, like hop in with this. Like I don't know how you speak. I don't know you like that. And then once again, I told you like I'm like low key at work, so. And I told him that because he asked me who I was out with. I said my coworkers. So when he's standing there and he's like trying to have engaging conversation with us, it's awkward for me because I don't really know what to say. It's like we're having two different completely different conversations, but they're all being ran through me. So I'm like having a conversation with Drew, and it's completely different and not on the same topic as my coworkers are having right here that we were having before he walked up. So I'm like still trying to engage with them and answer them, and then I'm still trying to answer him, and he's like really engaging in just me because he's trying to get to know me. But it's kind of overwhelming for me. So, and when I get stimulated and overwhelmed, eventually I get irritated. So I was just like, okay, I'm already like 2 shots in, and yeah, for me 2 shots, then I'm good. Like I don't need anything else. So I guess when I had told him that I had liked whiskey, he had ordered a drink for me. So when he came outside and we were talking, he was like, oh, I ordered you a drink. Our drinks are inside. One, that made me nervous because why would you order the drinks? Like I don't even get to see it being made. So I'm like, no, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know about that. And he's like, oh, we can go inside. They have a patio. We can sit outside, and you can let me get to know you a little bit because I brought you a drink. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. So then because that was already too much for me, just standing outside trying to have both those conversations. So at least me going inside, that will end like one thing, and then I can focus on one conversation. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And also my coworkers were still smoking at the time, and I didn't like want to. So I was like, all right, I'll go inside. I'll get a drink. So we go inside. The drinks are already sitting there, like where we're about to be going. And I was just like, I hated that. I hated that so much. Like, why? Like, guys, if you go out, don't. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some people are okay with it, and maybe it's not that weird. Maybe I'm just scary, but don't order a drink and then bring it to me. The fuck is in that? Like, no, I'm scared. I don't know why I always feel like I'm going to be kidnapped, but like, no, no, please. We go inside, we have the drinks. First of all, the way he's walking around this place and just like, oh, we can sit right here and like just making the area his, I felt like, I don't know if he works here or he's a regular. So I'm like, oh, like, do you work here? You're a bouncer too? He's like, no, I don't work here. I'm just here all the time for work. But mind you guys, like I'm already lit. So I'm hearing everything he's saying, but nothing to me is alarming yet because first of all, I'm not even really interested. I'm just like going with the times. Like I'm just at this point, this is the time when I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna go out on dates. And this is the time when I was clearly dating. So I'm like, yeah, if someone asks, like, I'll just go, like, cause I was, I was feeling at the time like I didn't want to just like tell everyone no, even if I felt like from the first glance I didn't like them because it's not always about looks. I hate when you try something new and that shit is just like a slap in the face. Like, why did I even try that? Like, ew, ew. Okay, so mind you, when he was saying the stuff that he was saying, I wasn't paying it any mind too much because, like I said, like I didn't look at him and was like, oh, that's gonna be my man. Like, he's the one that's like trying to get to know me, and I'm just here out with my coworkers. And at this point, I'm tipsy at this point. So it's just like, okay, someone to talk to. Like, what else am I doing here? Like, I'm out. Let's talk. So we sit on the patio and he has the drink in front of me. He has his own drink and we're just talking. And after he said that, like with the work thing, I was just like, oh, well, what do you do for work? And then he said that he has a security company with a friend or cousin of his, and that he just moved back here, but they have that thing going, and then they have other businesses. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then he was asking me like what I was into, and I said that I worked, like my coworkers that we were here, we all work in restaurant, and then I also do like fitness training on the side. And then he was just like, oh, really? He was like, what gym do you go to? We start talking about the gym. And I was like, oh, I love the gym. And then he was telling me how when he goes to the gym, he like, he rides his bike to the gym and then works out so he get that extra exercise. And I was like, wow, like that's really cool because honestly, like I used to, when I lived with my mom and I didn't have a car, I used to run to the gym as my cardio and then I would just lift and then I would either like walk back home as like a cool down or just extra exercise. But mainly I was running back home because I didn't want to spend all that time walking. So then like I used to do the same type of thing. So I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I know a lot of people that do that. Like they'll ride a bike or they'll run to the gym as their like cardio because they think it's boring to do it in the gym. So I was like, okay, cool. Like something we have in common. And he looked like he worked out. So I was like, all right. So then of course I start asking questions and I'm just like, do you have kids? Da da da. And then he was just like, yeah, I have 3 kids. And I was like, 3? Damn. Like, oh, if I didn't know in my head when I first met you that it was like really not going to be anything, maybe a friendship. Because, like, I mean, the conversation was cool. I don't know. But I was like, yeah, damn, damn. But you know, people like, oh, I got mine. No, this and that. And I'm not going to let me just put it this way. I was just like, but he was like, but he's okay. He said he had 3 kids and then he said that he was divorced. So I was like, wow, that's a lot. And then I was like, okay, like it is what it is. I was honest. I was like, well, that's a lot. Like I don't have any kids and I'm single. Never been divorced, never been married. So as we're still talking and I'm trying to like, I guess, Listen, because he's talking a lot and I'm not talking that much. And also, like, I apologized to him and I'm like, sorry, I'm not talking that much. I was like, I'm literally just getting off of work. So it's just like, this is usually just my downtime. And then, but also, it wasn't only that, it was also like, I was really lit. As soon as I got there, they had me take 2 shots. Like, haven't taken them like back to back that fast when I just got there. And then I've been at work all day. So I really didn't eat that much. Like, I eat while I'm at work, but I didn't eat like right before going there, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, maybe 11 o'clock. So I got lit really fast. And so I'm not really talking because I don't know him to just be like, you know how you are when you're lit and you can be free? I don't know you to be like that. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah. And I felt bad. So I was just like, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm not usually this like, I don't know, quiet, I guess. I was like, it's just a lot going on. And then he was like, no, I understand, but he's just talking. And I'm listening to everything he's saying. So he's saying how he has like all this like income from the businesses that he has. His kids are supported. He doesn't have issues with his ex-wife. But then as he's talking, he's like, so I don't want to put someone's business out there, but basically he doesn't have issues with his ex-wife, but then he starts talking about a relationship he has with one of his baby moms, and well, his baby mom. He has an ex-wife and a baby mom. Damn. And then so he like starts speaking about that relationship and then how like it came into his marriage and stuff. And I'm just like, whoa, like this is just sounding like really messy to me. And you're just making it sound like your baby mom tortured your ex. Like I'm using like very broad, like just words so you guys know what I'm getting at. But it's just like, damn, like so who else would want to come in and deal with that? Like you're her man and that's your woman for life now. Like it sounds like, so you should just let that be. Like it looks like, yeah, that's it for you. So in my mind, I already had made up like, yeah, hell to the no. Hell no. But like I said, nice person, had a good time, like listening to him talk as I'm trying to like catch my own thoughts and like survive in this chair. And then like the drink is sitting in front of me this whole time. I have not touched the drink that he got me. And he's just like, oh, you're not gonna drink that drink? Like he just finished his drink and everything already too, let me add. And then so he's like, you're not gonna drink your drink? And he said it as if he was like, I don't know, like disappointed or just like, damn, like I got you this drink and like you're not gonna drink it. And I was like, to be honest, I was like, I'm already pretty lit. And then and then I was like, and then, but also in the back of my head, I was scared to drink it because I was just like, you got that drink. I don't know who made it. I don't know what it is. Like, you just got me a drink. And I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't see it being made. So I feel uncomfortable with the drink. So, but I didn't want to say that because who wants to be like, yeah, you might be drugging me. So I don't want that drink, sir. Sorry you waste your money. Like, with this one sticking up. But yeah, I didn't want to be like that. So I'm like, I was like, I'm so lit already. And I was like, but if you want it, you have it. So then he was just like, all right. He was like, well, if you don't mind, I am going to have some of it. And I said, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead. And as he's like drinking it, I'm watching, I'm like, I want to see him drink that drink because if he drinks it and I'm going to count to like 20, no, I'll count to like 50. And if you're good, then I might drink a little bit of that drink when I'm thirsty. You feel me? But I wasn't just going to be guzzling that bitch. And then also I wasn't going to be taking, like the last 2 sips when you drink the crumbs. Like, I don't know if you ever take Alka-Seltzer Plus, but when you put the tablets in and it fuzzes and then it has that little bit of at the bottom, I feel like that's how any drug that someone's trying to drug you with that's in a drink works. So I don't want to drink the very last because then I feel like that's the part that knocks you out. So I didn't want to like have the very last sip anyway. So if I was going to drink it, I was going to pull the straw up and then drink a little bit. And that's exactly what I did because I did get thirsty at the time because we were out there for some time, might I add, just sitting out there talking to to the point that my coworkers FaceTime me and they were like, "Are you alive? Are you okay?" And I thought that was funny. I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And I told them where I was at. It was getting even more late and they started leaving. So I was like, eventually, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go. And every time I felt like I was trying to go, he would like start talking about something even more. And mind you, once again, I'm lit. So then I'm sitting back and I'm just listening, but I'm not realizing how much time is going by. So at this point, it's like 12 a.m. and the last bit of my coworkers are leaving. And I'm like, all right, bye, y'all. And my one coworker, shout out to her, she was not leaving until like I gave her my information so she could make sure I got home, which I appreciated. But yeah, not too long after that, I did leave, and he did take my what did he take? I think he took my Instagram, but then he did get my number, and I'm speeding it up. He did get my number because he asked, no, I think I gave him my number, and then from there he got my Instagram. Somehow he had my Instagram and my number. So, yeah. So from there, like, of course, I post like my little fitness stuff on Instagram sometimes. And he was just like responding to my stories and stuff. And maybe this was like a couple weeks went by, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And he was like asking me out a lot. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, I'm not really interested, but like if you want to go as friends. And I was like, maybe I should just say that. Like, if you just want to go and hang out, I don't mind, but I'm not really looking. Say something like that. Like, I don't know. I had to come up with something because I didn't want to be rude. And I don't know why it's like for girls, like sometimes it just like you get this feeling about certain people that if you just come out and say, no, I'm not interested, or you try to be stern, like some guys take it as if you're being mean. Like I would never be like, ew, like what the fuck? Like, no, I would never do that. And I know some guys, because I have friends that are guys and they say that girls are like that. And sorry, I get it, because some get on my nerves, but I don't think y'all all like that. But okay, sorry. Getting triggered. But don't like, we're all not like that. Damn, like y'all know that. Y'all know that. We've been around so long, y'all know that. So I didn't want to be like that, because even though every woman isn't like that, we all get, well, I don't want to say we all get, because not every guy is like that, but most of the time, like, it's just scary to reject a man because you don't know how he's going to react sometimes. So especially if you don't know him, and then especially if you're just like kind of by yourself. So anyway, he asked me to go out again, and at this time when he's asking me, I'm at work, and it's like maybe like he's asked me multiple times before, and I'm just like talking to my cousin. I'm texting her, and I'm just like, hey, like should I go out with him again? I am hungry. Just kidding. But it was like I didn't have anything to do after work that day, and I was just like, hey, like I don't mind going out actually. Like I was in the mood to go out, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go out. Meet him at a bar. So he wanted to go to that same bar. I did not, because remember he like frequented there a lot, and he said he went to work, like that's where he had work sometimes. So I'm thinking like that's where he does the security camera sometimes. So I'm like, I don't want to go there with you again, and then people are thinking like, since you're a regular there, like people are attaching me to you, like if I ever go there again, like anything like that. So I didn't want to do that. I was like, I'll send you someplace, and a couple places that I know, and then you can choose from there. And I like to do that with people. Like I'll send you a couple places and then you choose from there, because I like it to be something that I know I'm comfortable with going to, or comfortable with like eating. Because one, I'm a picky eater, and then two, like I like to be comfortable where I'm going, especially if I'm meeting someone that I don't really know. Like something has to be comfortable for me. So I send him the places, he picks one, and I was like, all right, I'll meet you there after work. And he was like, all right, cool. He was like, cool, I'll meet you there. And then so he gets there before me. He's outside smoking. We go inside, we have a seat, we're talking. And like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was like he was really like trying, like this time when I met him, it was weird because it was like he was trying to like love bomb me in a way. And I was just confused because It wasn't even given that. We only met one time before, and it was giving I was lit and quiet, and you were just like talking about yourself the whole time, which wasn't bad. Like, it was still a good conversation, and we had a couple giggles, but it was like, it wasn't giving that. So now that you're doing that now, it's just like odd. It's like now it's something in your head, and I'm confused. Even though this, I guess, would technically be a date, it almost felt like we were just hanging out. Like, it wasn't giving that energy the first time we met. Like, oh, I'm trying to get to know you because I want to like make you mine or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ugh. I hate that I said that like that. Like, I didn't know what else to say, but I'm trying to give the vibes, okay? It wasn't giving that. As he's like saying all this stuff, I'm just looking at him and I'm just like probably looking confused. And I can see him looking at me like, why is she looking like that? And like today I have the energy. I'm not lit. Like we're about to have one drink and have like a snack or whatever. And I just got off of work, but it wasn't like I didn't have to close. So I'm cool. I'm cool. Like it's making me feel kind of uncomfortable from all the love bombing because like it's like a thing where you have to be like, oh, thank you, thank you, oh, thanks, that's so nice, like constantly, because I don't have anything to say because it wasn't giving that. So I'm not about to do that to you. And I just don't love bomb people. So that, what do you want me to say? So now it's just like, I'm kind of getting, I guess, maybe annoyed because it's just like, okay, shut up. Like, that's nice, but now I can tell that you're just saying it because you want something from me. I don't know what it is. I mean, I can guess, but I don't know what it is. So then we're sitting there and he's like, oh, after this drink, do you want to go back to the bar that we like met at and have a drink? And I was like, no, why would I go there? Like, why would we go there? We're sitting right here. No. I was like, after I leave here, I said, I'll be taking my ass home. And then he was just like, oh, he was like, well, when we leave, can you take me back there? And I was like, to be honest, I was like, no, I can't. And I was like, not to be rude, I said, but that's like just a little uncomfortable. I don't know you like that to be sitting next to me in my car. No. And then I was like, why do you need to go back there? And he was like, well, I have work. And I was like, what do you do for work there? What do you do for work there? And basically he was saying that he sells bud. And I was just like, okay, like that's just another, like, it's not that I was like going to be like, you know, I wasn't giving like this is about to be my husband or anything like that. I was giving maybe this could be a friend. And I was just trying to go out like, sorry, yeah. But then it's just like when you're like, you sell weed, that's just not something that's cute. I feel like if you sell weed and you have another job, like you just claim that one job that's like the 9 to 5, or that one job that's like something else other than selling drugs. Like that's not cute. So I was just like, but selling weed to me is not something that's just like, oh my gosh, I cannot speak to this man. Like that's not something that bothers me because I like it as well. It's just like, to me, it's just like to have more going for yourself. Like have I don't know. It's not cute when that's all that you're doing. So he says that and I was like, no, I can't take you. And I was like, why don't you just get like a Uber or something? And I was like, I'll wait while your Uber comes if you want to do that. And he was like, no, I'll just go back the way I came. He was like, I have somebody that drives me. And I was like, okay, so why'd you ask me? I didn't say that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, give him a call because after I finish this drink, I'm going to head out. And he was just like, oh, okay. And then so he called somebody on speakerphone. And so it's like ringing and then someone answers and they're like, hello? And I'm just like, ooh. And then he's like, yeah, the place you dropped me off at, can you pick me back up? And then it's a girl and she's like, okay, but it's going to be like 10 minutes. And he's like, all right, bet. And then so he hangs up the phone and he was like, yeah, I got someone that drive me around, like if I need, wherever I need to go, you know? And I'm just like, okay. But in the back of, like, I'm literally just saying, okay, because once I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just don't care anymore. Like, I'm finishing my drink and I'm going home. So then, So then he's like saying all that stuff into, oh my gosh, that's such a turn off for me. I don't like when a guy does that. Do not try to flex for me. I don't think it's cute. I don't care if it really is a flex. I don't think that shit is cute. Don't try to do it for me. I don't like it. Like, ew, I don't like it. And especially you try to flex with something that's not even a flex, my nigga. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, for all I know, you just called your baby mom. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, so he does that. And then I was like, oh, well, okay. If you, so now at this point, I'm just trying to make shit like sense in my head. I'm trying to fill the time here. I don't want to spend the time with him love bombing me. Now I'm trying to figure shit out. The Virgo in me is trying to figure shit out. So I'm just like, so all the time you said that you worked at a security job, but you actually sell bud. And this whole time, I thought that you were riding your bike to the gym because it was just extra cardio, because that's how you said it. But you actually just don't have a car, which is not a problem, but don't present yourself as if you have all these things and you don't. I do not like that. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. Like, I'm gonna date you and then figure out like you don't have these things and be like, oh, it's okay. Like, use mine. Fuck no. Then I'm just like, okay. So in my head, I was like, no to the car, no security job. And if he does have a security job, I don't know what the fuck it is, because it's not what he said it was. Because he made it seem like he had this big booming business that like he has to make calls all the time and drive places. But clearly those calls and driving places are just people that need apes. Like, so I was curious. So I was like, you said you had a business, right? And I was like, what's the business? And then he was just like that him and his cousin have a trucking business and that he just moved back this way. And so they have to get permits and stuff for it. So they're not really doing that yet. That's why he's selling weed. And I was just like, okay. So where are you staying? Like, what area? And he was just like, I was just asking, like, what town? Like, was it around there? Like, trying to get that information. But he was just like, oh, that he stays with his best friend. And then he said she. And then so his best friend is a girl that he lives with. And I'm just like, all this is just like, that is a lot. First of all, your divorce, it's getting to be a lot. So I'm just like, no. In my head, I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up like this, like, you stupid. I'm cracking up like that in my head because I'm just like, ew, like, all this coming together, I don't even want to be seen outside with you. Because I don't want anyone to associate, like, oh, you see it. Like, I don't know what you really have going on is my point. I don't know what you really have going on. You're probably actually with your best friend and you live with, I don't know. It was just so much. It was more to that, but I don't want to get into other people's business, meaning his best friend, but it was more to that story. And it was too much. Like, each thing by itself is already too much. And it all together is just like, wow, that you would even try to date people. So yeah, I come to the end of my drink and I'm just shocked by everything that I'm hearing. So he doesn't have a place, he doesn't have a car, but he wants to date someone. He has 3 kids that I don't really know, no offense, like how you're doing. I don't know. But then you want to fit someone in like me? There's nowhere for me to fit. There is absolutely nowhere for me to fit. And I can tell you that for a fact. There's nowhere for me to fit. That's just crazy. And I feel like the way that I present myself and the way that I am just speaking to people, the fact that you thought that you were going to do that with me just like blew my mind. The fact that you thought that I was going to give you a ride back to the other bar so you could sell weed and you were going to bring that shit. Like, you thought that you was going to do that with me. You thought that you was going to add me to the list of the girls that you was going to call and that was going to pick you up. It's crazy. Me? Crazy. Like, as I'm hearing everything, it's like I'm starting to get annoyed because then I just realized this whole time you're just a liar. So then I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm ready to go. And I don't feel like I'm not being mean, but it's not like I'm overly happy. I'm just real straight to the point. Like, all right, I'm about to go. Like, and he's like, can I walk you to your car at least? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So as he's walking me to my car, his phone starts ringing and I hear him answer the phone and he's like, what you need? And as he's talking, he repeats what the person says, like asking them, like, is this what you meant? And what the fuck was that? He asked them, like, is this what you meant? And I guess whatever they said, and they hung up. And I was like, in my head, I'm listening. And then in my head, he catches up to me. And in my head, he's about to give me a hug. And I was like, can you hold on for a second? I was like, that phone call you just got. And I said, like, someone's trying to buy from you. And I said, but the only thing, I was like, that wasn't selling weed, because I know how it sounds when you're trying to talk. I mean, damn, that wasn't selling bud, because I know how it sounds when you're trying, you know, to weigh things out. Like, I know what that lingo sounds like, okay? He wasn't talking like that. And I said, whoa, what do you sell? And he was like, oh, I don't only sell weed, I also sell. And I said, oh my God. I started laughing and I said, give me a hug. Give me a hug. I went just like that. Give me a hug. Gave him a hug, got in my car, and I went home. When I went home, I already knew I wasn't going to say anything that night, because I went home and I went to sleep. But I knew the next time he texted me, I was going to let him know that I do not want to be associated with him. I do not feel like that he should try to pursue me. And I also don't feel like I want to be associated with anyone that sells that. And I was very honest and said that straight to the point when he texted me the next morning. And he was like, good morning, beautiful. And then I was just like, and I said that to him. And he was just like, oh, I try to be, this is how he came at me. I still have the messages, but I don't feel like, sorry, I don't feel like looking for it right now, because it is somewhere, but it was like, I don't have the number saved. So I would have to go through each number, read each fucking text thread to see which one is his. So when I try to build friendships with people, I just try to be really upfront and honest and all this other stuff. And to me, it was like, that's fine. If you felt like you were trying to build a friendship with me and you're trying to be upfront and honest, like, that is completely fine. If you said something I didn't like for someone that is for me when I'm dating, yes, you did say those things, and I didn't like that for someone that I date. But on top of that, you also lied. So I don't like that. Like, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. It's like, for me also, like, you don't put certain people in situations, especially people that you don't know. Why do you have these things on you and you're with me? Why? Why do you have these things on you? Because you didn't need the girl that you called to come pick you up for you to do your job. So that means it's already on you. Why do you have that shit when you're here with me, with someone you don't know? I don't like that. I don't like that. Because even if we were friends or we were dating, I would always have to ask you, because I would want to know, like, what time are we on right now? And I don't want to live like that. That was my long story short, my long story long, whatever you want to call it, of the date I went on with a drug dealer. We'll just call it that. I guess we'll just title it that. Yeah, he like tried to love bomb the shit out of me and then be like, yeah, like, when I'm trying to make friends, like, that's how I am. Like, if you try to make friends like that too as well, that's concerning, because why are you talking to all your friends like that? That's wild. You're gonna grow, you can't have none of your friends because of the relationships you built with them are like that. Okay, there's a couple things that I left out. So one, after he had texted me that message saying blah, 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 like, oh, I was just trying to build a friendship basically kind of thing, and I still wasn't with it, I just didn't reply after that, because I said what I said. And I felt like I was very clear and to the point. So there was nothing else to be said. Like, yes, you can say something, but I don't have anything to reply. So I didn't say anything. And like, throughout that day, he kept texting me, so I ended up blocking his number. And then, like, throughout, like, the week, he kept, like, messaging me on Instagram. Like, when I did a story or something like that, he would, like, reply to my story, and it was as if we didn't just speak about what we spoke about. And I said I didn't want to have a friendship. I didn't want to have anything. So I thought that was weird. Like, you can unfollow me. Like, I get still following each other, but then I was like, okay, then I'll just, like, make you unfollow me and I'll unfollow you. And it didn't stop there. Like, he just kept going, and it was every day, multiple times a day. He would send me something or he would message me something. And like, he was just sending me like videos of him. And I was just like, you know what? I blocked him on everything. Everything that it was just a bit my number and my Instagram that he had. So I just blocked him on both. 2 months ago, he found me on Facebook and tried to message me. And I was like, oh, know. Like, and every time he tries to message me or talk to me, it's as if we didn't just speak about what we spoke about. And it's like he's trying to like take me out or something. And I'm like, bro, what don't you get? Like, at this point, it's kind of annoying and it's kind of weird. Like, you're creeping me out at this point. So then I just blocked him. Like, I don't say anything. I don't even try to open it to say that I read the message. Like, I can just see it. So then I just block it. I blocked him on Facebook. So then now, listen up. Oh, hold on. It's okay. So I blocked him on Facebook. Mind you, before I blocked him on Facebook, but after I blocked him on Instagram and everything, I'm like talking to my coworker, just a different coworker. She did not go out with us that night. She doesn't even know what happened. So I'm talking to her at work and I'm just like, girl, like this guy keeps messaging me and like I'm just blocking him on things. And then she was just like, what? And then she was like, tell me about it. And then so I'm telling her the story and telling her where we went and stuff. And mind you, like, these coworkers, I told you when I went out with them, that was my first time going out with them. And I was fairly new to the job at the time. So this is something that they do. So they frequent the spot often. So she knows the area, she knows the spot, she goes there, and then she's like, is his name? And then she says his name, and I was like, yeah. She was like, girl, stay away from him. He is crazy. She was like, he's literally crazy. She was like, he always tries to talk to me and my friends. He always tries to go after girls. And then like, if he does like get your number or something, like he just constantly tries to come at you. Even if you say you're not interested, he just keeps trying. And I was like, that's so weird. It's so odd. And for him to have so much going on, and even though he was honest about, like, I don't know how honest he was, but he was, to me, very honest about the stuff he had going on. Because why would you tell somebody that if you're trying to date them? Because if that's not really going on, why would you say it? So he was being honest to me, and I'm just like, bro, with all that going on, why are you like trying to be up under some female like so bad? And to me, in my mind, the only thing that makes sense is you're trying to use them. And ew. And I forgot to add on top of that, he was 36 years old. Like, get it together, please. Like, I'm scared now. That's what made it, like, this is what's making dating scary as well. Like, you're 36. We're thinking as we get older, the people are going to be better. They're going to be more mature. Oh, they went through all that shit. They're going to be better. No, be safe. And then the last thing I want to say before we end it here, the last thing I want to say, and it's so odd, it's so weird. Literally, I recorded this video yesterday before I went to work. As you guys said, I did my hair. I recorded it before I went to work. When I got to work, I'm closing up. I get a text message. I look at my phone. Why did it say? And I'm telling you this, everything I'm speaking about happened months ago. So I look at my phone and it says that he is inviting me to Snapchat. So I don't know how, but it sent me a text message. I don't have Snapchat. So I guess he like, I don't know how you do it, but I know on Instagram, like you can invite people to Instagram, certain things like that. I think he's trying to invite me to Snapchat to have a Snapchat because I blocked him on everything that I already have. Why? Why are you doing that? Can you please leave me alone? Please leave me alone. And I just opened it and I just read it and then I left it alone because all it was like a link saying like this, it said his name is trying to invite you to Snapchat and it sent me a link. Why are you doing that? That's the end of, that's the end. Wow, I'm glad. That's crazy how that story ended on the time of me finishing my hair. But I dyed it. I don't know if I can't even see myself and I'm about to break a sweat, so I'm so over it. But I dyed it. I retwisted it. I'm about to just put this oil on my scalp and then I'm gonna go eat because I'm starving. I'm sorry. I know that probably was a hard story time to follow. I'm not really good at telling stories all the time because my mind is everywhere. But if you did bear with me, shout out to you. Shout out to you. And if you're still here, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new here. And if you're not new here, you already know what it is. What's good? I really hated how I ended that. I'm so sorry. Please hit subscribe.